Okay, so I'm getting ready to do a leaf cleanup at this property here. It's not bad, a little baby leaf cleanup. Expected to have a lot more leaves here, but I think having that open area, the wind's just blowing it down and kicking it down the street. So good for me, downside for the neighbors. It is what it is. Some people are like, hey, why clean up the leaves? Those leaves are going to end up on the property you just cleaned up from the neighbor's house. I know, man, that's kind of the nature of the beast. If you want to have a nice house, you got to take care of it. So, a little itty bitty cleanup. Just got to blow it out to where the mower can hit a lot of it. So let's get to it. That guitar riff gets me going every time. I have to have music that just pumps my alpha rhythm up sometimes. I love listening to books. I love listening to, sermons and anything that puts me in the right mental mindset. Sometimes you have to have, the upbeat and the energy. And, I listen to all types of music. But right now is a great time to talk about that. The whole world is freaking out right now. Or at least it seems that way. Here in America, people are tripping. All right, it doesn't matter what side of the board you're on. You're going, I don't know what's going on, and things might get worse. I was asked today, do you think that this industry will survive? Absolutely. They told me, I'm glad you're optimistic in the face of evil. And I told them, look, man, I started my business in the valley of death. I'm not afraid of a political outcome either way. I know I'm going to make things continue to happen for me. I'm constantly pushing forward, and you have to do the same. You have to focus. It doesn't matter if you were who won this year and what side you were on. If it affects your mindset, you have to check out from that mentality and know that you need to focus on what's going to affect your life. Like for me, I'm building an army of like-minded juggernauts that are unstoppable. That's who I wanted to be surrounded by. If that's you, hey, you're in the right place. Stay around me. I like you. I want to hear more from you. If you're weak-minded, well, try to better yourself. That's kind of how I've been there. I'm not saying you can't better yourself. I've been there. I've been weak-minded. I've been susceptible, and it can happen to anybody. You can do it anytime. I remember last year, my buddy saying, oh, they're doing the government shutdown and this is going to be horrible, the government's going to crash, and he thought that everything was going to end then. And you know what? I went out and I bought rice and beans and stuff because I had this guy saying that stuff in my ear. Well, the thing that you start realizing is that the internet gives a platform for any idiot to spout their opinion. And you have to decipher what is their motive. Do they have a motive? Or are they just an idiot? It's not an uncommon thing that people are going to state their opinion, and it's going to affect your life, and it could affect your life in a very drastic way. You guys know my brother was living down here with me. I love my brother, but my brother is very, very susceptible to listening to conspiracy theory stuff. And I had to tell my brother, hey, no political stuff in the truck. And while I'm like, hey man, I'm worried too, I start stressing out because he starts talking about it. For me, as a business owner and as the responsible party taking care of my family, I had to shut it down. Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to hear your opinion on it. I don't want to hear anything political right now. I need to focus on what's going on in my life. So I look at it like I'm in a pool. If it's not affecting the temperature of my pool, I don't care. I'll look outside the pool and I'll go, hey, that's going on over there. Maybe I need to be prepared. But I'm not going to take action until it starts affecting the temperature of my pool. So if you got to have a bug out bag, have a bug out bag if that makes you feel comfortable. If you're Yeah, I went out and bought an extra gun this year. You know what I mean? If you got to do what you got to do to make yourself feel comfortable so that you can focus on your life and focus on your goals aren't going away. Life's probably not going to change. Things might change, yeah. Minimum wage is probably going to go up. There's nothing wrong with that. Everything will balance out within a few years. It seems dramatic now because the process of not knowing is a fearful process. It's scary. We don't know exactly what's going on. By the way, if you want to know what's going on in the video right now, the neighbor is asking me about taking care of his property as well. He walked up to me and said, hey, will you clean up my leaves too? So I quoted him at $75 to take care of his property next door. I generally have a $100 minimum, but because I'm there that day, I'm taking care of this property here. I went ahead and took his on at 75. The leaves are moving good, and the wind wasn't high. You know, they were real dry at that point. So when you know you can move them fast, you're okay. If I were to bid them on an hourly rate, like I generally bid on an hourly rate, I would have taken a loss on it. So sometimes a walk up, you just shoot them a price, you know. In this case, I got both properties done in right around an hour, so I came out pretty good. In that case, it's pretty much like getting an extra $75. Obviously, there's some material that I got to haul off, but it's not a whole lot. So back to what I was saying, having your mindset in the right place, keeping yourself in the right location. Right now, it is winter, and if you are in business, you need to be focusing on your business for next year. The real money for the next season is made right now. Getting your marketing ready, setting things up in your business so that it flows smoothly. You're going to get busy later in the year and you're not going to have time. And if you're a reactive person, you are definitely not going to have time. So you need to be forward thinking and going, okay, I have these problems in my business that I'm going to be facing. How do I start taking care of that? And it doesn't just apply to business. If you're, you know, if you have a job or something else, dude, don't go quit your job so you can go bug out and then find out, oh, well, it turns out nothing happened. You need to wait until the temperature of the pool starts changing before you start doing crazy stuff, okay? And I know it doesn't seem crazy. I'm gonna get some hate on this either way. I'm gonna get some love, but I'm probably gonna get some hate. Put yourself in the right place. For me, when it comes to business, look, I got a mentality of I burn the bridges behind me. Viking mentality. I show up, we're making this happen. There's no retreat. Burn those bridges, burn the bridges behind me, burn the boats behind me. Non-stop push forward. You have to have that mentality, especially if you're starting your business with no money. Some of you guys that watch my channel are starting your business and you're saying, hey, what do I do? I don't have a truck. I don't have equipment. How do I start my business and I have nothing? I've been in that scenario. I know your situation. I started like that. You're going to have to sell some stuff. Start looking around your house at the things that you don't use all the time, but might hold value. You will be very, very surprised at the things that you can sell to get some income, some capital that you can invest in your business and put towards some equipment. And not only equipment, but say you don't have any of that and you don't have anything to sell, which I guarantee you probably have something to sell. You could start a lawn and landscape business with, say, a pair of gloves would be nice, but you don't even need gloves. You could start with literally a trash bag. I guarantee you can start with the trash bag. And what you're going to do is you're going to knock on doors because you don't have any money for advertising. You want to, when you get money, you need to get some equipment and what you need to start doing other work, and then invest in advertising so that you can get the word out better. But knock on some doors and say, hey, I'm taking care of things in the neighborhood. I'm a handyman type of guy. I would like to pull some weeds in your flower bed. Maybe trim some stuff like the nandinas on the side of the house over here. You can use a hand pruner to trim those. You know, you can get what you need to pretty inexpensively. It's not going to be the most efficient thing in the world, but you can pull weeds and you can make an hourly rate, whatever you decide there, and then you take that money and you invest that in your business. I did that my first year, and I was actually going out really, really cheap, but I was cleaning up flower beds for like 35 bucks an hour, and I thought I was killing it. Well, it turns out I can charge a lot more than that to pull weeds in a flower bed. But, you know, nowadays where I load them into my truck, I was loading it into trash bags and leaving it by the curb so that the trash man would pick it up. You can do that same thing. and you can start your business. And I'm not saying that starting a business with no money is going to be a fast situation for growth. Look, if you started your business and you've already got a business going, don't be afraid to leave comments down below and just give your best advice for somebody that's starting out a business, because it can really go a long ways to helping people out. And that's kind of what my channel, what I gear it towards is helping somebody out, helping people keep in the right mindset, helping people push forward. So if you're a handyman and you're doing handyman stuff, or if you want to start this, the other way you can do it with free advertising. I know Facebook is pretty controversial right now, but if you have a business, I think it's pretty mandatory that you have one. It's just a smart move to have a Facebook, because you have to show up where your clients are at, where the ideal and likely buyer is going to be. And guess what? If you're starting a lawn mowing business, your ideal likely buyer, they're on Facebook, bro. That's where you need to be. You need to be on Facebook. So you get on there and you make your post and you say, hey, I'm a handyman type person. I can do painting. I can do this, that, the other, trimming bushes, pulling weeds, whatever you can do that you can actually do. Make a post and say, I'm just looking for work. I'm trying to get the ball rolling on my business. And you post that, and then you share it into local buy, sell, trade groups, because you have no money, no marketing spend. And you know what's going to happen? It might not be day one. You might have to make multiple posts, but somebody is going to ask you to come give them an estimate on something. Somebody will get an estimate. And then from there, there's a weird sound, something going on outside. But from there, you're going to get either the job, or you're going to have to ask for a down payment if it's going to take some materials. Okay? That's what I did when I started a painting business. Okay? Is I advertised the job on Facebook. I did it for free, advertised it for free. When I got the first job, I gave the bid. I got a down payment. I used the down payment to buy the material for the job as well as the equipment. I produced the job, and then I took the money from that job to get advertising material. We bought door hangers, distributed the door hangers, and then the next month we sold $10,000 in painting jobs. It's that easy. It's rinse, wash, repeat, and you can do the same thing. Okay? And I know that sounds crazy and it sounds difficult, but once you've done it, you realize how easy it is. There's plenty of people that have lawn businesses. There's plenty of people that have painting businesses. I'm not saying you can go out and you can be an arborist without having experience, but you can probably mow a lawn. You can figure that stuff out. If you don't need a license to do it, as far as like being a plumber or having a journeyman license, I'm not saying a business license. You're gonna have to file for a business license. It's cost about $100. You know, we're filing for an LLC right now for one of our business startups that we're doing currently, and it's gonna cost me $100, and that's no big deal. When you have the chance, do it. But you don't have to generally do it right away. I'm not saying go in and do things the wrong way, but sometimes you just have to take action. A lot of the times you go to start a business, you don't even know if you're going to actually be in that business for very long. So just get the ball rolling. I say go out and make the first sale. Make the first sale. Produce some work. You produce the work, you're going to get the production done. You get the production done, you get the income. Once you get the income and you have the cash flow, then you can invest in the business. And before too long, you're growing your business, and it turns into something that's replacing your current income. Don't go out and quit your job to start your business. If you've got a payroll job, keep that payroll job. Start your business as a side hustle and grow it. And know that I see a lot of people talking about going full-time. Full-time's the dream if you're not full-time. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something that other people might not with their YouTube channel. If you quit your job right away, you are going to suffer in your business. Okay? You need to build your business up to where it's making decent income, because when you're working at your job and you know that covers your bills, then you can take all the money from your business and invest it back into equipment and marketing, and then you can grow it quickly. But it doesn't grow fast if you are living off your business, and I've experienced that firsthand. My business took a long time to make any real money. A long time. It was a painful, long walk up a long hill, and then I was fighting my battles of self-worth and this and that. Here's the other thing. When it comes to money, you know, people are talking about the minimum wage increase, and they're scared for the $15 an hour. Put math behind it. That's all it is. Put math behind it. You got guys that are starting lawn care businesses up, and they're charging, $25, $35 for service. I was charging $35 almost 10 years ago. Stop it. Stop it. I know that the market, you think the market will only allow you to charge so much. Look, here's the thing. Minimum wage goes up to 15 and you're charging 35. You're gonna die. It's not gonna work for you. $35 a lawn is already unsustainable unless you are producing a lot of jobs. And you can't produce, if you're starting your business out and you're surviving off your business and you don't have good equipment, you will not produce enough work at $35 a lawn to sustain. You will not make enough money to pay the bills. I'm telling you that from firsthand. Okay? I mean, maybe if you have a partner in your marriage or household that's making another income. See, when I started my business has always been our sole source of income inside of our household. And when things get hard, like during the winter, right now is the off season. It's hard because money's not flowing. We forget in the middle of the year when money's good that it's going to stop. And a lot of the times we don't plan. You need to plan for the winter. But the other thing is, when things get hard and times get tight, you can't get distracted and give up. You can't quit. Business is all about rolling with the punches. It's like a boxing match, and you're gonna get beat up nonstop. Things are gonna happen. Equipment's gonna break down. Sometimes you're gonna have to choose between fixing a piece of equipment, buying gas, something of that nature, and paying a bill. Sometimes you're going to have to, make decisions that feel overwhelming, but in a couple years they're going to be petty. You might have your equipment like your truck stolen, and that's going to feel overwhelming. I had that happen to me. It felt hard. But if you want to watch a video on how I reacted when my truck was stolen, I have a video on there. I made a video right after my truck had gotten stolen, and I was out of state when it happened, and I was pretty surprised at how I reacted. It's odd because when I first started my business, I would get very angry when things like that happen. And it's just changed. I changed, and I was in a fight mode. I wasn't in a fight mode as in I'm mad at somebody and I'm going to fight. I was in a fight mode as in I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm not going to let this stop me. That's the Juggernaut mentality, is not giving up, not quitting, not backing down, becoming unstoppable. It's not just your business. It happens in everything in your life. You got to have the Juggernaut mentality with being a husband. You got to have the Juggernaut mentality with being a parent. You're unstoppable. You're going to be good at this. Life is going to progress forward. Here's the thing. None of us can stop it. Time is clicking forward. And no matter what, we have to continue progressing forward. We can't just stop, lay down on the ground, curl up in a ball. So right now, if you're focused on politics, if you're focused on outside influence, I want you to know that people have a lack of faith in the media, and rightfully so, because the media most of the time comes from social media, and the media in general is crap right now, but people have a lack of faith in it, and they should, because anybody can have a YouTube. They can have a social media platform, a blog, and they can come off like they are a source of authority and like they know something that they truly don't, or that they have some kind of, hey, I know this person that knows that person, and it's a reliable source. I know from a reliable source. Well, I know from a reliable source that you're full of it. Show me your actual references. Shut that stuff off. You have to wash yourself clean of the nonsense outside influences. So I hope that you are putting your head in the right place. I don't know if you're a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in the Lord, and I tend to try to quiet my mind and I like to pray, and I like to think about what the Lord's asking of me, and ask the Lord what the Lord's asking of me, so that I can push forward and use the platform that He's given me to be the best person and the best tool for whatever He has in mind for my life. I don't know where I'm going in my life. I have a vision of what I would like to do, but I don't understand the Lord's vision yet. And you don't understand the Lord's vision for your life. And if you're a non-believer and you don't believe, don't be offended. All I'm saying is that there are things that have a greater control on your life than you yourself. Stop worrying about things that are out of your control. Focus on the things that you have control of. Put your head down for a bit and focus on your goals and what you need to do to push forward. And the outcome on the other side is going to be that you're in a better place than if you were to have shut down, laid down on the ground, and started pouting. All I said for 2021, I'm wishing you guys the best season. I know it's going to be a killer season for me. We have a lot going on. I have a lot of goals. We on the channel we hit 40,000 subscribers this year. I'm super happy with that, and I'm very grateful. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Subscribers don't do much other than help build my, boost my ego and my confidence, and let me know that, hey, we're heading in the right direction. People are enjoying what we're doing. But it's not. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to hit 100,000. We're going to hit 100,000 subscribers. It's going to happen. There's no way to stop it from happening. The only way to stop it from happening is if I was to stop uploading. And that's the same thing with you and your life or your business. You're going to start your business if you start your business. And your business is going to grow and make more money if you keep pushing forward and continue to work at it. Whatever you put time into in your life, that's where you will grow in your life. So if you're putting time towards the wrong influences and listening towards people that have crazy conspiracy theories, well, your intelligence on conspiracy theory is going to grow, and you're probably going to become an expert on conspiracy theories, but it's not going to move your needle further. And that's kind of my point with that. So, yeah, as far as goals this year, we are looking at buying a new trailer. We're probably going to keep this red one, but we're looking at buying a new one as well. I don't know what color I'm going with yet. We're looking at some new mowers possibly, and we're looking at one or maybe two trucks. So right now we're in the middle of process of looking at trucks. My wife needs to replace her car, and guess what? She's probably going to get my old work truck that you see right here. And that's the way it works. I'm going to replace her car with a work truck so that I know I have a backup, because if you're in the business and you're a contractor, you know that if you rely on your work truck, it's one of your most important pieces of equipment, and you always have to have a backup. You're always looking for that next truck. So I'll be finding a couple reliable trucks. We might set up get some more mowers and stuff. We're deciding what route we're fully going to take, but right now we are taking moves regardless. We know we have to progress, and we are trying to make moves to push forward. And what I'm not doing is letting myself get distracted with outside influences. Well, I don't know what I was thinking, but I almost forgot to do an after shot. I drove off and then I actually drove back. All right, so check it out. Up here, everything looks better. They need some seating and stuff. This lawn definitely needs some renovation. But, I can't help that. When you don't water your lawn and you're in the transition zone, your fescue will die. And we got this lawn over here. It's mostly weeds, but whatever. He came out while I was cleaning up the flower beds over here and asked if I could clean it up. My minimum is normally $100. He just wanted his front yard. I said $75. Now I would normally never go under my minimum because it is my minimum, but I'm here and it only adds, a few minutes. And I don't need to bill something like that on time. I don't need to tell them that, because I do this stuff every day. So yard to yard to yard. I know how long this one's going to take me and how long that one's going to take me. So when somebody does a walk-up, they're looking for a price, I can shoot them a price. Most of my properties I do on an hourly basis, but on just a little front yard, if I did it hourly, well, I'd lose money anyway.